Are you looking for something different? Are you driving to work every morning and saying to yourself, what could I do to pass the time? Well, here's a show for you. Weekdays, Monday through Friday. Have faith, let it begin. It is a show designed for you, the daily commuter. Motivational topics, inspirational stories, personal testimony set out to change the world. Join us every morning live at 7:30 a.m. because this is a show all about faith. My name is Angel, and welcome to Have Faith, Let It Begin. On June 16th, 2018, I launched this show, Have Faith, Let It Begin. Join me each and every weekday at 7:30 a.m. live because this is a show all about faith. Motivational topics, inspirational stories, personal testimony designed for you, the daily commuter. My name is Angel, and welcome to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
30 seconds to go.
Hi, I am Mia. You're listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
Hi, my name is Isabella, and you're listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin. Hello, my name is Amari, and today we are back on another episode of Have Faith and Let's Begin.
10 seconds to go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, my name is Angela, and you're listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
Hey, this is Freddie, and you're listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition, a live edition, of course, of Have Faith, Let It Begin. My microphone just fell off. Hold on. There we go. Folks, today is Throwback Thursday. It is a Thursday episode, August 1st, 2019. But we're not going to do a Throwback Thursday. We're going to do a throwback segment. That's right. If you read the title, you know what we're talking about. It's called Remember When. Very popular. A lot of people love it, so we're going to move on with it. Folks, remember when? Remember when we used to get up, actually not get up, but come home from school, and our parents would say, when you're home from school, take off your take off your school clothes, put on your play clothes, you head outside, and you played outside with your friends. And it didn't matter what friends were around, everybody got along. Everybody made sure that they did what they did, and they had a great time. Some of us went outside and played wiffle ball. Others played, hide and seek and manhunt. Others did just all different types of outdoor activities, and we never took it upon ourselves to, go off on other people. We just played tag and had a good time and waited for the dinner bell to be called or people to yell to each other and say it's dinner time. And then you'd hang out with your friends and you'd say, Mom, Dad, I'm still hanging out with Paul or John or Peter, and you know what? Can they come over and have some lunch or some dinner too? And all of a sudden they'd say, yeah, they're invited. Come on over. Whatever happened remember when we used to actually sit at home and do things like crossword puzzles or puzzles with our parents or our friends. We used to get together and do things as far as just having fun and not having to worry about what's on TV. Remember when the internet finally first arrived and we started to figure out what we're going to do? How can we venture out into the world? Remember when the internet started to take over and all of a sudden it got to the point now where you didn't have to look at phone books. You didn't have to look at what was going to happen if you had to actually, God forbid, research something. Remember when we used to be taught how to use the card catalog in the library? when we actually went to the library to do some research for a change. Nowadays, you go to the library and people are allowed to talk. It's very interesting. The quietness, the opportunity to sit there and just not have to worry about others talking while you research your paper or you're doing something in deep thinking, those days are over. Remember when we used to actually get into the car and not mind to drive 15 miles out of the way just to go and see something or do something? Now we worry about gas prices. We worry about getting in the vehicle and maybe not wanting to get out of the house because with a click of a button, we can do anything and everything and get anything faster than anyone can deliver. Remember when it felt as if everything was handed to us? No. Remember when we used to drive on the highway and all of a sudden we'd realize we'd have to make an important phone call, so we'd pull over and find the nearest payphone, and hopefully we'd have the change in our pockets or in our ashtrays. Remember when we used to make collect calls because the change in the ashtrays were not there, and we would actually leave a collect call to try to make a phone call out. Yeah. This segment can go on forever. The point I'm making about Remember when I do these episodes is that things change. We've evolved. We can sit here and have difference of opinions. We can agree to disagree about how the internet, how the way of social media has really put a dent in our society. But I'd be a hypocrite because without social media, without the internet, I wouldn't be on the air. Excuse me. One of the things that I was talking to a colleague of mine the other day, as I break from the Remember When for a second, is the way people have changed in their attitudes, the way that people have misconstrued the fact that being polite is not a way of getting what they want. Being polite, being courteous, being professional isn't weak. It's being who we are. Yesterday I was on the phones and a guy called up and said, I need the operation room. I am bleeding. I need help. My response to him was, not a problem. Let me give you the extension and I will connect you. He told me to go, you know what, and started yelling at me. I didn't take offense to it because at the time I'm thinking he's in a lot of pain, he's bleeding, no big deal. So I transferred him. Unfortunately, when he was transferred to an area where they must have picked up the phone and put him on hold. When he called back, he was furious. He got me again. He said that I transferred him to the wrong place. To which I replied, no, I got you to the right place. What happened? He wouldn't tell me what had happened. He just wanted to curse me out and tell me that I was trying to kill him. I said to him, sir, you asked me for the location. I sent you there. All I'm asking you is what happened. I can try to help you. Finally, after a few minutes, he told me that they put him on hold. I told him it was unacceptable and that I would stay on the line with him and that I would make sure he gets a live person. To which he replied, maybe you should be doing that all the time. You're horrible at your job. I hope you get fired. People are just so quick to be disrespectful and rude. Again, I understand his situation. He probably was in pain. He probably was bleeding out. And you know what? He should get help. And I honestly didn't take it personally. But it got me thinking about the show. It got me thinking about how often people are so quick, so naturally quick to knock people down. And I bring this up almost every day because it feels as if every day this comes up. So remember when we were taught to be respectful? Remember when being nice, being courteous, being professional was actually okay? Remember when we actually went to work and respected our bosses and our bosses respected us? Remember when we were told that gossiping is not the way to go? Tomorrow, on another live edition of Have Faith, Let It Begin, we're going to get really in depth on a lot of stuff that's happened to me over the years and a lot of things that I've witnessed in the last 36 hours of people around me acting really, really strange. If you have any stories I ask you and I encourage you to write to us so we can use that tomorrow as examples. But for now, remember when we were all taught to be friendly, respectful, and courteous. As you go on to your workplace today, remember that. Don't forget. Always remember that God made us in His image and He's created us so that we can help change the world. In order to do that, we have to respect one another. We have to believe in one another, and we have to trust in our gut, in our instincts. And our instincts and our guts should always have said and have never changed. It should always remain the same. And that is, respect one another and believe in yourself. Have faith. Let it begin. Thank you for listening to another episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. That's right, Ariel. We're done with another show. And it's always great to have this show with you, my love. You know, we're going to encourage each and every person to listen to our show every single weekday. That's right, you and I are going to help change the world. Do you think that you can do that for me? Huh? Yeah, you know you can. She does. We want to let you know, and yes, we encourage you to listen to our show each and every weekday, and it's going to be live at 7:30. Make sure you're subscribed to our show. Make sure you get ready, fasten those seatbelts, because Ariel and I and my family are going to bring you a new topic, a new story each and every day, right? Isn't that right, Ariel? Yeah. And she's smiling at me. Guys, enjoy your day.